Hello, welcome to another episode of Tiny Nest. I'm Kiva.
And I'm Jake. This series is following our tiny house project from the early stages through to completion and beyond.
In this episode, we talk about how we kept our build dry during the winter. One of the first things we bought before we started building was an enormous tarp, 30 by 50 feet. Because we started in the summer and it was quite dry, we only had to use it a few times before we got the roof on. We just draped it over the entire house when needed. By the time we were working on the siding though, it was raining often and we didn't want to start off with water in behind the weatherboards. So there were times when we gift wrapped the house like this. To continue the work, we'd either roll it up and clamp it out of the way or spread it out like a canopy if it was raining. Finishing the front wall was delayed because of the issues we had with our door. So once all the other walls were done, we folded and flopped all the excess tarp to cover the front and screwed scraps of wood through the tarp and into our corner trim to hold it in place for a while, which you can see right there. The issue then became that the other end would flap around in the strong winds that are frequent in our area in the winter, so we staked it down and piled weight on it. It still managed to come free, so we started throwing all sorts of junk on there to hold it down. But then the flapping started causing tearing where the tarp touched the ridges of the roofing, so we taped rags to every ridge and bought a smaller but tougher tarp to keep us dry through the last bit of work. Here's a shot showing one of the windier days. You can also see this kind of thing in some of our earlier videos. Crazy wind, eh? It was very annoying at times.
The tarp is coming off.
But eventually we got everything weatherproofed and it was a good day when the tarp came off and we didn't have to mess with it anymore or worry about it coming loose in the middle of the night. We sometimes would be woken up by the sound of it flapping on a windy night. Look at it! The last thing we added to the exterior was our rigid awning, which has done a great job of keeping the rain off of our front door. Over the winter we've had no dampness or no leaks of any kind, so though it's taken us longer than expected, we feel really confident in insulating the walls and closing them up. The weather's getting nicer now, so we're just using this space heater as a fan, but over the winter, because we had no insulation in the walls, this thing was basically on full blast 24 hours a day. We also got this little baby dehumidifier here, and this is about less than a week's worth of water, so you can see how much moisture is being taken out of the air. We just got this off Amazon and there's a link in the description. If you want to see some of our previous videos, click on the preview tiles. And subscribe if you want to follow our progress. You can also visit our website here.